as a first thing today, I want to talk about fingering, the concept of fingering. So the concept of fingering is born from the issues, we could say, of asking ourselves, how can we show which fingers of the hand that have to play certain notes of the piano using an easily understandable language by everyone and terms, easy terms that everyone can understand. Just as an example, we can imagine we're a piano composer that wants to write perhaps an essay or some exercises to teach the piano, to actually teach the piano. And in this case, this person, this composer, this expert, he needs to show to the reader which fingers will have to be used to play each note. So this composer, this person, this teacher, he might want to tell the reader, the student, the person who is studying his work, that the starting note, for example, a C, it has to be played with the thumb, or that the E, perhaps, this key here, has to be played with the middle finger. But we know that based on each different language, the names of the fingers change, of course, since every language has its own name for each finger. For example, in English, names of the fingers are in one way, in Italian in another, in French another way, and so on. So for a practical use, the concept of fingering was born to show exactly which fingers of the hand have to play the exact note, or at least which would be ideal if they played those keys, or even perhaps that it's strictly those fingers that play those notes. So it can be optional or, let's say, imposed. So as I was saying, we have to find a language, a sign that is comprehensible and understandable to everyone. And when it's read, it can be easily identified by everyone, independently from the language they actually speak. So the sign that once we read is common to every language is the number. So for this reason, to show which fingers have to play a certain note in an unmistakable way, we could say, you can't go wrong, the fingers are each assigned a number. So a number is given to each single finger. So the fingers will each be assigned, they will each get a number from 1 to 5. So we can start by enumerating the fingers, how they are given. So the thumb is associated to the number 1. So it will be called the first finger. The index will be the second finger in this case, the middle the third, the ring finger the fourth finger, and the pinky will be the fifth finger. So this way, when we are discussing the second finger, for example, if we want to say that this D note has to be played by the index finger, we will not be saying the index finger each time, but we will be saying the second finger, or better yet, the second without necessarily adding finger, because it's implied, of course. If we take both hands, we have a mirror situation, because in both cases, the thumb is the first finger, the index is the second finger, the middle finger is the third finger, the ring finger is the fourth finger, and the pinky is the fifth finger. So you must remember that every time we discuss a number, we use the term of a number. For example, if I say play the F with the fourth finger, you have to play the F note with your ring finger.